Okay, folks, we're at Kigali International Airport in Rwanda, and we're going to fly the Majestic Q400 today from Kigali to Kilimanjaro Airport in Tanzania. So, in real life, this flight from Kigali to Kilimanjaro is operated by a Rwandair Q400, actually. But I elected to go with a fictional Air Tanzania Q400 flight, given that I just absolutely love this livery with the giraffe on the tail, like you can see here. Time en route should be just under an hour and a half. Let's go ahead and review our flight plan real quick. Okay, so we're flying Tanzania Flight 321 today, Q400. Kigali to Kilimanjaro. Hotel Romeo Yankee Romeo, Hotel Tango Kilo Juliet are the identifiers. Cruising flight level 250 planned, and total flight plan distance of just under 450 nautical miles. Average headwind component 15 knots expected, and we're carrying 62 passengers today. And time en route is actually just over an hour and a half, 1 hour and 33 minutes en route. And we're going to be releasing with approximately 5,300 pounds of fuel on board. And let's take a look at our flight plan here on the map. So we're at Kigali here in Rwanda, and we're going to be flying, skirting the southern coast of Lake Victoria here to Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. So from Kigali, we're going to do the DATAN 1 Delta departure, then Uniform Bravo 531 to the Mwanza VOR. From the Mwanza VOR, we're going to go direct IMLAK, and then we're going to fly the IMLAK 1 Alpha arrival to Kilimanjaro. And Kilimanjaro is landing east today, so we're going to plan the ILS 09er and hope to get some gorgeous views of the volcano as we come into land in Kilimanjaro, if the clouds and ceilings permit. So it should be a really nice, quick, short hop from Rwanda to Tanzania today. Okay, let's, as our passengers complete boarding here, let's go ahead and hop in the flight deck and do our departure briefing and our pre-departure checks, and we'll get going shortly. Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
Okay, this is going to be a standard left seat takeoff with flaps 5 degrees and takeoff power set to NTOP. Off of runway 10, V1 and rotate 131, V2 132, V-fly 142, and V-climb at 154. And the weather at Kigali, winds 1903 knots, essentially calm, visibility good. Few clouds, 2,600 feet, and scattered at 10,000. Temperature 22, dew point 16, and QNH is 1017. And we're located at stand 3 here near the terminal. Let's review the taxi route real quick. Okay, from the apron here, we're going to expect a taxi to hold short of 10 via Alpha, backtrack 10, and flip around, and we'll get ready for departure on 10. During the departure, for any malfunctions before V1, I'm going to call stop to recheck the takeoff, select disc, brake, exit off the runway if able, stop the aircraft, and advise ATC. Once stopped, we're going to set the emergency brake and go through the checklist. For an engine failure or fire after V1, we're going to continue the takeoff and treat it as an in-flight emergency. I'm going to call gear up, climb at V2 to flap retraction altitude, retract the flaps on schedule, climb at V-climb to 1,500 feet or a safe altitude, and call for the QRC and the QRH reference items. Pending that, we're going to be departing via the DATAN 1 Delta departure this morning. Off of runway 10, we're going to climb on track 09er to Dulce at a maximum speed of 210 knots, then direct DATAN. Transition altitude is 900,000 feet.
Here's the load sheet for you.
And this SID does require a minimum climb gradient of 4.4% up to 6,800 feet. And the MSA is 10,400 feet here, it looks like. And that's it for our departure briefing. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, it looks like baggage loading is completed. Passengers have boarded. Beautiful morning here in Kigali, Rwanda.
All right, guys. Everyone's seated. We're all buttoned up and ready to go in the back.
Thanks.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Before start checklist.
Stand by. Originating checks flow.
Complete.
Complete. Gear pins. Stowed. Pre-flight checks.
Complete.
Complete. External power APU voltage.
On, checked, 27 volts.
Circuit breakers.
Checked.
Checked. Escape hatch.
Closed.
Nose wheel steering.
Off.
Flight guidance control panel. Set. Fuel quantity. 5,353 pounds on board.
5,300 pounds required.
Hydraulic number 3 pressure.
Check, 3,000 psi.
Emergency brake pressure.
Park checked.
Power levers.
Disc.
Condition levers.
Fuel off.
Emergency light switch.
Arm.
Fasten belt switch.
On.
On. Departure briefing.
Completed.
Complete. Before start checklist complete.
Okay, engine start flow, doors fueling light, out, close and out, battery master, main auxiliary standby, on, anti-collision light to red, APU bleed off, and we'll confirm that our engine is clear. Indeed it is. Engine start checklist.
Battery master, main auxiliary standby.
On.
Doors fueling lights.
Closed and out.
Anti-collision light.
Red.
APU bleed.
Off.
Engine.
Clear on 2.
Engine start checklist complete.
Start 2 for me, please.
Starting 2.
Okay, co-pilot starting engine 2 there.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Looking here.
Okay, looks like good start on 2. Let's start 1. Start 1 for me, please.
Starting 1.
Cockpit to ground. Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Please disconnect external power.
Roger, disconnecting the GPU.
Okay, NH coming up. Fuel flow. ITT coming up. And external power has been disconnected. Let's go ahead and request the push here. Look at it, push back. We're going to push to all the way
GPU is now disconnected.
back there.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Parking brakes released.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, and we had a good start on 1 as well. And we're just going to have to wait for this pushback to complete here. It looks like Ultimate Traffic Live there decided to populate our prior parking spot with a 737. Nice to see all the Rwanda air traffic here. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find a live ATC feed for this airport or the airport we're going to, which is Kilimanjaro. So we're going to do without the usual background live ATC audio, unfortunately, in this video. Alright, almost done with the pushback here. Should be in about another 30 seconds or so, hopefully, before our pushback is completed. And we can start taxiing out.
Set parking brakes.
Okay, there we go. Let's go and set the parking brake. After start checklist.
Stand by.
And I'm going to wait for the ground crew to disconnect there before I can turn on the nose wheel steering. Okay. Tow truck disconnected, bypass pin removed. Let's go ahead and turn on the nose wheel steering. Co-pilot still going through his
Power, APU.
after start flows, just completed. Off.
Main bus tie.
Off.
Ice protection.
Check, level 1.
Checked. Level 1. Rudder travel.
Full travel.
Nose wheel steering.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
On.
Auto feather.
Auto feather select.
Engine rating.
End top set checked.
Batteries.
Checked.
Flaps.
5 set and indicating.
5 set and indicating. Aux standby P2 pumps.
On.
On. Hydraulic pressure quantity.
Checked.
Checked. Hydraulic number 3 in elevator. Checked. Caution warning lights.
Checked.
Flight instruments radios.
Checked.
Checked. Altimeters.
1017 set cross check.
1017. Set and cross checked. After start checklist complete.
Okay, and ground is clear. Clear left.
And we are clear on the right.
Okay, let's go ahead and start taxiing out here. I've reset power to cruise, MCR there, maximum cruise power setting for the taxi, but we'll set it back to end top just before takeoff. Okay, parking brake released. Let's start taxiing out here. This is a Freeware scenery for Kigali. Works quite well as we taxi past another Q400 from Rwanda Air. Okay, and actually we'll continue down to Alpha. That's Bravo. Okay, let's go to end top here. Let's do our takeoff warning test. That's good, and we'll move our spoilers to flight. Before takeoff, checklist to the line.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure. Flight deck. Okay, thanks. Captain, they're securing the cabin. FA notification received. Takeoff briefing complete. Cabin PA complete. Condition levers.
Max.
Max. Trims.
3 set.
3 set. Takeoff warning test.
Tested.
Flight controls check free. Flight taxi.
Flight.
Radar terrain. Transponder TCAS on alt. Before takeoff checklist complete to the line.
Below the line.
Bleeds. Min on. External lights on. Runway.
Runway 10. Heading 09er.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Okay, before takeoff checklist complete. And there's the turnaround there. We'll get the aircraft flipped around and get going shortly. just absolutely love the ground handling and the flight dynamics as well, of course, of this wonderful aircraft from Majestic. Doesn't feel like any other aircraft add-on, no matter how detailed, how well simulated for prepared. Just feels absolutely amazing. The flight dynamics engine for the Majestic Q400, of course, is very famously simulated outside of P3D, and so it doesn't have a lot of the limitations of aircraft that have their FDEs simulated within P3D. Anyway, we're here, ready to take off. Let's go ahead and get going here. All right, let's set takeoff power. Check power.
Power checked.
Checked.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Arm navigation. Nav. Flap 0, IAS 185, climb checklist to the line. Okay, and let's set our selected altitude here to...
Climb checklist completed to the line.
Flight level 250, that's our cruising flight level. Alt cell. As we climb up here over the hills of Rwanda, and transition altitude in Rwanda is, or for this airport at least, 900,000 feet for this departure. Okay, let's go ahead and set standard. Standard set. 1013 set, cross-check.
1013 set and cross-checked.
Props 850 below the line. Okay.
Checklist complete.
10,000 feet. Speeding up to 210 knots. Props 850 and climb check is completed. Alright folks, thanks for watching so far. Sit back, relax, enjoy a few ChasePlane cinematic camera views of the climb and pushes the cruise, and I'll talk to you again through the magic of video editing in just a few minutes as we come up on our top of descent. Enjoy. Hey folks, welcome back. We're coming up on our top of descent here into Kilimanjaro in just a couple of minutes. Let's go ahead and do our approach brief and prepare for the descent here. Are you ready for the approach brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, the weather at Kilimanjaro International Airport. Winds 090 at 10 knots, so blowing right down the runway. Visibility okay, greater than 10 kilometers. Few clouds at 2600 cumulonimbus. Temperature 23, dew point 20, and QNH is 1016. And we're going to be arriving via the IMLAK 1 Alpha arrival today. We passed IMLAK earlier. We're proceeding direct to Lausanne, which will be crossed about flight level 120, on to Evamu on a heading of 113, above flight level 100, on to Int'l above flight level 100, then on to Takeoff about 6,500. At Takeoff, we'll expect to join, expect vectors for the ILS runway 09 approach. Let's review the ILS approach plate here. Localizer identifier Kilo, frequency is 110.9er. Final approach course is 088. Final approach fix is the Kilimanjaro locator, which will be crossed at 4,227 feet. As we come up on our top of descent here, I've armed VNAV mode. I've gone into VNAV path. I'm going to back off the throttle here a little bit. As we initiate our descent, let's go back to the approach brief. Decision altitude is 3,140 feet approximately, and visibility minimum of 800 meters. Airport elevation 2,932 feet, and MSA within 25 nautical miles of the Kilimanjaro NDB. It's 17,000 feet to the northwest, 22,000 feet to the northeast, and 8,000 feet to the south. And the procedure, we're going to expect vectors for, we're going to be self-vectoring ourselves actually, to join the ILS or localizer or 09er. We're going to pass the Kilimanjaro locator at 5,332 feet. Kilo Lima, then Kilo Oscar locator at 4,227 feet as we go down the glide slope. And in case we need to go up mist, I'm going to call mist approach, check power, flaps 15. And we're going to climb straight ahead to 6,500 feet, then turn right and return to the Kilimanjaro Kilo Bravo NDB at 900,000 feet, or as directed. Transition level is flight level 100. And Mount Kilimanjaro, of course, the famous volcano here, is at an elevation of 19,340 feet at on a 038 bearing, 27 nautical miles from the Kilimanjaro VOR. And terrain does rise steeply to the north with the presence of Mount Meru and Kilimanjaro as well. Okay, so we're going to be landing flaps 15 today on runway 9er, and our approach speed is going to be 137 knots. And once we land on 9er, if we can't exit on Victor, we're going to taxi down until we can find a turnaround point, and then backtrack on 09er, exit on Victor, take Victor, Yankee, and either Sierra or Romeo to one of the stands at the terminal. So that's the plan, and that's our approach brief. Any questions?
No questions.
Descent checklist to the line.
Altimeters.
1013 set, cross-check.
1013 set and cross-checked. Fuel balance.
Check.
Check. Pressurization. Set. Cabin PA. Standby, I'll be off 1. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Thank you. Cabin PA complete. Fasten belt switch. On. Approach and landing brief.
Complete.
Complete. Descent checklist completed to the line.
Okay, descent checklist completed to the line. Continuing our descent here, we're passing flight level 185. That's Mount Meru over there, I believe. To the west of Kilimanjaro. Elevation of almost 15,000 feet. 14,979 feet to be exact. It's pretty amazing. Now, I don't have Orbeck's Land Class Africa installed, so this is Aerosoft's Kilimanjaro scenery, which I think includes photorail scenery for Mount Meru and Kilimanjaro as well. Pretty cool. Check back in the cabin here, just make sure that we're not overspeeding the aircraft. Doing okay so far, and we're on the VNAV path, so that's good. There's Mount Meru there. Okay, let's go ahead and reset our altimeter now. 1016 was the QNH setting at the Kilimanjaro Airport. 1016 set, cross-check.
1016 set and cross-checked.
Below the line.
Jip with landing flap, selected 15 degrees. Fuel transfer. Off. Hydraulic pressure quantity, check. Caution warning lights, check. Approach flare lights. On. Ref speed switch, bugs.
Offset.
Off, set. FA notification. Complete. Descent checklist complete.
And let's make sure we tune in the ILS frequency here, 109.9er. Correction, actually, it's 10.9er. There we go. And let's go ahead and arm the approach here. Okay, localizer capture. We'll start slowing down here a little bit more.
To go. Alt cell.
Okay, altitude capture. There's Kilimanjaro Airport up ahead. Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Glide slope. Glide slope.
Check.
Okay, glide slope captured. Heading down.
$2,500.
Okay, 6 miles out. Gear down.
Gear down.
Gear down, reduce NP.
Gear down.
Flaps 15 before landing checklist.
Flaps 15. Landing gear.
Down 3 green.
Down 3 green. Condition levers.
Max.
Max. Aux standby P2 pumps. On. Bleeds. On min. FA notification. Complete. Flaps.
Indicating 15, plan 15.
Indicating 15, plan 15. Before landing checklist complete.
Visual landing.
1,000 above.
Okay, final approach speed 137 knots. Airport elevation is 2,930 feet. Unfortunately, the reduced visibility means we can only make out a little bit of the slopes of Mount Kilimanjaro there. Oh, there it is. Actually, you can make out the top of Mount Kilimanjaro on the other side of that cloud. That's pretty cool.
500.
I'm sure we can see more of it during the replay. But there's Mount Kilimanjaro. That's awesome. Okay, let's take it off autopilot here. Fly it in manually. Flight director's off.
100 above.
Minimums.
Continue.
Minimums.
Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ooh, got a little floaty there. Okay, full reverse. And we're gonna miss Victor here, but we'll take the next turnaround. Okay, there's the turnaround there. It's moving over to the right here so that I can prepare to flip the aircraft around. All right. Let's get the aircraft turned around here. Okay, we'll taxi down to Victor and exit on Victor. All right, let's exit here on Victor. Okay, folks, welcome to Kilimanjaro International Airport. Gateway to many of Tanzania's amazing national parks, including the world-famous Kilimanjaro National Park. There's a terminal up ahead. You can see an Airbus, an ATR, an A330 from KLM there. Okay, we'll stop here momentarily. Take a look, as usual, at a couple of quick replays of that landing, and then we'll taxi down to the terminal up ahead and shut down. Okay, folks, welcome back. Iconic acacia trees there in the background here in Africa. And unfortunately, looks like some clouds moved in, kind of obscuring our view of the majestic peak of Kilimanjaro there. But we can kind of make out the slopes of Kilimanjaro there. Okay, let's go ahead and taxi the aircraft in here. We'll call it for the after landing checklist. After landing checklist.
Okay.
I'm going to go through my after landing flow. Flight taxi, back to taxi, approaching taxi lights off. I'm going to turn off the taxi light right now, since we're so close to terminal.
After landing checklist complete.
Okay, after landing checklist complete, and we'll take Romeo here to one of the stands. Okay, well, I unfortunately had to disable AI traffic temporarily. We'll bring it back after we park. But I had to disable AI traffic in order to boot somebody out because all the parking spots were full and get a parking spot for myself. Oh well. But we're up here at spot 3. I think it's spot 5 on the current airport chart diagram because the Aerosoft Kilimanjaro scenery is a few years old at this point, but no big deal. Spot 3 is where we're at, right here. And unfortunately, because of how GSX spawns some of these stairs, etc., we're probably going to have to taxi right through some of this, or at least our wing might clip it. Anyway, no big deal. Okay, there we are. And our GSX marshaller is not very happy with the way we've done this, but it's the best we can do given the situation. Okay, let's park there. Parking brake set. And let's go through our parking flows here. Engine number 1 to start feather. And we'll set our windshield heat to off. It's already set, that's good. And pilot side window heat to off, that's already set as well. Okay, and power levers set to disc. Turn off the nose wheel steering. Turn off the ice protection, and after 30 seconds, engine 1 to fuel cutoff. GSX marshaller there calling for an engine cut. Okay, let's move that to fuel off. And let's go ahead and connect the GPU here. Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Please connect external power.
Roger, connecting the GPU. Captain, the GPU is now connected.
Okay, GPU connected. Okay, let's go ahead and turn off the other engine as well. Parking checklist to the line.
Taxi light.
Off.
Emergency brake.
Park.
Nose wheel steering.
Off.
Standby P2 pumps.
Off.
Power levers.
Disc.
Condition levers.
Off. Fuel off.
Transponder.
Standby.
Fasten belt switch.
Off.
Bleeds.
Min off.
Parking checklist completed to the line.
Quite sure what was going on with the GPU there. I had to request a connection all over again using the menu. But anyway, welcome to beautiful Kilimanjaro Airport and the beautiful country of Tanzania. This, of course, as I mentioned earlier, is the gateway to some of the most famous national parks in the world, like Kilimanjaro National Park here in Tanzania. This is a truly beautiful livery. I really do love this on the Bombardier Q400. It's pretty nice. Alright folks, as always, thanks for watching. If you like this content, be sure to hit thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll look forward to catching you in the future. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.